Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Community Live here on Sheffield Live 93.2 FM. Chris and Ellie here, and we have the Traitors contestant, Faye Greaves. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, the Traitors is the most talked about TV show. Tell us a bit about your experience on that.
Well, yes, the first season, season one was incredible. That broke all records for the BBC. And then season two came out this year, and that doubled the attendance for audience watching. So naturally, with being involved with the Traitors, my life has taken a different what should I say, a different focus on everything that I do because people want to know about you. And I've now got a good platform to build on to do some of the stuff I really want to do, which is a lot of the charity work that I'm doing.
I watched quite this first season, and some of the games. Talk about face your fears. Like being buried alive. I would not be able to do that. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was probably my toughest mission, to be honest, because, at that time, see, we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
The people in season two are very lucky because they knew there were going to be some sort of grim missions. We didn't know anything about the traitors. We went into it really blind. So, when we didn't even know on that mission. I remember Claudia saying to us, who would like a little bit of downtime, just to be on your own, just to reflect and take some time for yourself. Well, everybody put their hand up because it's quite
Yeah.
a stressful thing being in the castle. So lots of us put our hand up, and I was one of the first people. I thought, oh God, to have a little bit of downtime would be lovely, not knowing that we were going to be buried 6 foot deep.
I've got to say as well. When you go to like the table itself, when you try to find out, try to pick out who the traitor is. It gets very heated as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think you see, it does get heated. You're absolutely right. But I think you've got to always say to yourself, this is just a game.
Yeah.
And I think with being a sports person, I've played sports all my life at a very high level. Um, Coach sports at a high level as well. Basketball's my thing. And I think if you go in with that mindset that this is a game, then you can't take things too personally. That's how I would say. Yeah.
And for anybody that's listening to this, who wants to be a contestant of the traitors, what advice would you give to them?
Well, again, going into a program like this, particularly now that people know what it's about, you got to be yourself. Just go in there and being yourself. Particularly if you're faithful, you've got no reason to be anything different. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
sure.
mean? Where in the first series, a lot of the contestants didn't realize that it was good to be themselves because they were setting themselves up to be traitors. So I went in there, and I think it was very clear. They could all see that this is what you get. This is Faye, and she is being herself, very direct, very honest. And I think that's why I lasted so long, to be honest, until I
Mm.
was on to them. Yeah.
And I've got to ask, Faye, before you actually went on the show, when you applied for it, what did you kind of expect? Was it different from what you expected, or was it exactly what you thought it was going to
We had no idea. Like I said, all I knew that we were off to the Highlands. I've never been to Scotland before, so I thought, oh, this is great. Yeah, and we'd be there for up to 3 weeks, which I was. And you just have to be very good at lying or, and not afraid to sort of out people, basically. And yeah, that was all we knew. We didn't know anything about the show at all.
be? And how long was you like? You said 3 weeks. Was you filming for the whole day as well? For the whole
Oh
three
my
weeks.
goodness, from the time you got up and out of your lodgings to the castle, it was 24/7. You were mic'd up the whole time, even going to the loos, trust me. So
Wow.
there was no scope for anybody to be whispering or saying, "What are you doing here?" Everything was transparent, and there were
Right.
no scripts whatsoever. Because a lot of people have said to me, "Did you have a script? Did you have?" No, what you saw on TV was exactly how it was.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, do you still keep in touch with any of the traitors?
Yeah, yes, yeah. I'm in touch with quite a few of them, and it's really nice because I think with some of them they'll be friends for life. And it doesn't matter if you don't see them or hear from them every day. When you do, it's just a nice feeling. Yeah.
And I mean, you also are a BAFTA and NTA winner as well. I mean, that's an achievement in itself as well.
If someone had told me that 5, 10 years, prior that you would be a BAFTA and an NTA winner, because those are the shows that you are brought up on, you watch them on TV the whole time. And yeah, to know that we are BAFTA winners, NTA winners is just something that no one will ever be able to take away from us. And season two didn't get that on the BAFTAs. They didn't
Mm.
get a BAFTA this year, so we were very, very lucky to get a BAFTA. And yeah, that's testament to how powerful that program was on the first season. Yeah.
So, I mean, how often did you see Claudia? Was she around the whole time?
Oh yeah, she was there the whole time from the breakfast time, lunch time, mission time, round table time. Round table time was probably the longest time that we spent with her because the
Mm.
long
Yeah.
tables went on for a very long time. Trust me, you guys only see like what 10, 15 minutes of the round table. That was well over an hour and a bit. So that was probably the longest time that we spent with Claudia. Yeah.
I mean, and also, did you yeah? Did you have like an idea of who the traitors were at the time, or was you still guessing at the point?
I think by episode 10, and this is the truth, I kind of was getting closer.
Mm.
And I did reveal my strategy and plans to Wilfred, my good friend Wilfred. And that was the night he murdered me.
That was oh, what a shame. I mean, that was so close and yet so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember very clearly telling them all my plans. This is what I think is happening. This is how the round table looks. If you look on this side, everybody's been murdered. You look on the side that you're sitting, Wilfred. The traitors are sitting over there. Apparently, he did that.
You
Straight
gotta
away.
go. You've
Gotta
got
go.
to go.
He's gotta go. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you know what? And I mean, you were also a host of the Uncut Show. So, tell us a bit about the Uncut Show.
Sorry, repeat that. Sorry.
Sorry, you were also the host of the Uncut Show.
Oh yeah.
So, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, the Uncut Show is interesting because that was created sort of about 7, 8 months after I did the Traitors, and basically we have all people from all walks of life on there. Lots of celebrity people, people that have been on reality TV shows as well. We have authors, writers, educationalists. We've had comedians on there, influencers. It's just a show where we chat to them for about an hour and they tell us a bit about their life and where they're going and what the future holds for them really. And it's just an open discussion. Nothing again is scripted. It's
Mm.
a off the sort of cuff chat. Yeah.
And I've got to ask. I mean, you mentioned celebrities as well and influencers. I mean, if there was anybody that you could actually get on the show, I mean, anybody at all, who would it be and why?
Oprah Winfrey,
Oprah
100%.
Winfrey.
Oh, Oprah Winfrey. Oh my goodness. If you said to me now, Chris, I tell you what, I'm going to do a dual chat with you next week with Oprah. Oh my goodness, yeah, it'd
Wow.
have to be, yeah,
I'd be up for that. I mean, I would
yeah,
love to be part of that.
yeah.
And I mean, this is really important as well. I mean, you are also a proud ambassador of Ripple Suicide Prevention and the NSPCC. So tell us a bit about how you got involved with those charities.
Well, NSPCC, firstly, There are huge organizations. Everybody knows the name. They're connected with Childline as well. So for me, everything aligned because of my background, 30 years in education and working with the most neurodiverse children.
Mm.
And I just feel that when they approached me, I said, wow, how could I not? So that fitted well, and I'm loving what I'm doing with them. And I'm more of a campaigner for them. And Ripple, the story behind that is just phenomenal. I just happened to meet the CEO at an event. She had a chat with me. She said, "You're Faye from the Traitors." We got chatting. She was at the Big Hen party. They all wanted selfies and whatever because it was really
Yeah.
fresh and at its highest at that time. We got chatting, and she asked me what I did, what my real job was, and I said to her, working in education. And the rest is history. She told me about, sadly, her losing her brother, why she set the charity up. And obviously, if people look up Ripple, they will see that it's a software that Alice herself created to support people with home devices like laptops and iPhones, and through the internet. It's a software that sort of intercepts
Yeah.
people that are sadly wanting to end their life. And Alice created that piece of software herself, and it's an incredible piece of software. She was even given MBE in the King's Honour List in January because, it's just something that I feel everybody should have, and lots of businesses, schools, colleges.
Yeah.
We're signing up all sorts of people, and I'm supporting Alice and Ripple with that. So it's great.
I mean, I've got to say, I mean, nobody should be thinking about suicide. It's unbelievable how many people want to end their own life, and it's shocking. But I want to say, I mean, for anybody that is listening to this, what kind of help can they get? I mean, we need to get this more aware as well, I think.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think the first step is talking to people that are around you, because they're the people that are closest to you, and they're the people that can support you when you're feeling little bit low. And there's loads of organizations out there, and if you go on the Ripple website, there's a list of organizations on there that will
Mm.
support people that are feeling that way. And the great thing, like I said, with Ripple, is if you are feeling that way and you think, I want to look it up on the internet, how to,
Yeah.
sort of sadly end my life, Ripple quickly divert you to all these different
Yeah.
outlets. So it's a great organization, and there isn't one like it. Obviously, we've got the Samaritans and people like that everybody knows, but it's about trying to divert and sort of, you know, support them before they get to that part. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm.
And I think it's really important as well, I mean, to get information out there. But I mean, it's like, unfortunately, not everybody's got like internet access or digital platforms. So is there like any physical information that people can get?
Any physical information?
Yeah.
I think most people now have got an iPhone.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
I don't think there's even I've read somewhere the average age of an iPhone is 7 years old now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was the other day I saw that information. The average person age is 7 years old. So from the moment you've got an iPhone, you can tap in all of those places, Samaritans, Ripple, Calm Zone, all those organizations that want to help. So I think now we're very lucky that we have got things at our fingertips. Years ago,
Yeah,
you didn't have that. You had to go and find a red phone box, and there was a plaque inside, and then you'd
sure.
have to, yeah. But now everybody's got an iPhone. And like I said, failing that, you've got places like your GP, because that's another place that people don't think of. You've got people in schools that are trained, you've got safeguarding. Most schools now have got a safeguarding officer,
Yeah,
safeguarding manager. So within your school, and particularly if you are in school, and then again in the workplace, you've got your HR departments. So, like you said, yes, if you didn't have an iPhone, you have got those departments, your HR, your safeguarding in schools, etc., and obviously family and friends. Yeah.
I mean, we're coming near to the end of the interview now, and I want to say thank you for sharing that with me, Faye. And my final question, because I like to give the final question answer to you, really, is for anybody that is listening right now, what would you like to say to our listeners?
I'd just like to say to your listeners, particularly those that love the Traitors, because there's lots of people that love the Traitors. If you really love it, go for it. Then I think they're now just looking still for people for season 3. So if you think you can be a good traitor or a good faithful, apply and just enjoy yourself, enjoy life, live it. You only have it once.
Faye, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Lovely. Thank you very much.